On Global TV News Express, Governor Sanwo-Olu urges ECOWAS to remove trade barriers. In business, UK Nigeria strengthen trade relations for economic growth. On the foreign scene, Gabon junta chief declares bid for presidency. In sports, 2026 World Cup, Shele picks 30 for Rwanda, Zimbabwe. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to the News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agapa. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on NigeComSat. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has charged members states of the Economic Community of West African States ECOWAS to recommit themselves to the ideals of regional integration and the vision of a prosperous, peaceful and united West Africa. He also implored the countries in the sub-region to remove trade barriers by ensuring free movement in the West African corridor and build a region that is not only prosperous and peaceful, but also inclusive and equitable, as well as a region where every citizen has the opportunity to thrive. The Federal Executive Council has approved provisional licenses for 11 new private universities. This was disclosed by the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, after the Federal Cabinet meeting at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. The minister says the universities had passed through processes set out by the National Universities Commission, NUC, explaining that even though the Federal Executive Council had placed a moratorium on new private universities, the ones being approved had gone far in their registration process. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo has highlighted the growing importance of civil defense in safeguarding human lives, supporting sustainable development, and protecting critical national assets and infrastructure. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps commemorated the 2025 International Civil Defense Day organization with a call for collective action, international cooperation, and community engagement in strengthening civil defense and disaster risk reduction efforts. Godwin Sunday was there for Global Television.
The International Civil Defense Day is observed globally on March the 1st. With this year's theme, a civil defense guarantee of security for population. The highlight of the day saw civil defense teams conducted large-scale emergency drills, showcasing their ability to respond to natural disasters, fires, and other crises. The Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, who was represented by Secretary of the Civil Defense, Correctional, Fire, and Immigration Board, Abdulmalik Jubri, emphasized the increasing frequency and severity of security threats worldwide and the need for collective action, international collaboration, cooperation, and community engagement in promoting civil defense and disaster risk management and reduction.
In the recent years, the world has witnessed an increase in the frequency and severity of security threats. This trend have highlighted the importance of civil defense in protecting human lives, promoting sustainable development, and promotion of protection of critical national assets.
The Commandant General of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Ahmed Audi, highlighted the importance of collaboration among security agencies and stakeholders to create a safe world, while reiterating the commitment of the Corps in protecting critical national infrastructure and strengthening physical security measures.
As civil defenders, we should be seen to be proactive rather than reactive. Hence, the need to work out modalities and develop strategies towards preventing threats and enhancing safety and security. This could be achieved by strengthening the existing security measures and engaging in risk awareness campaigns to educate the general public on measures and steps to adopt when faced or confronted by potential threats. In all this, the need for collaboration and synergy among security agencies and other critical stakeholders, including local and international bodies, becomes very, very imperative, especially by engaging in sharing of ideas, knowledge, expertise to make the world safer and more secured.
The high point of the event was the presentation of checks worth over 188 million to the families of more than 20 deceased officers as part of their insurance benefit. Godwin Sunday.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has announced the country's power generation reached 5,713.60 megawatts on Tuesday, marking the highest level in 4 years. TCN says the latest figure represents the high peak generation for 2025 and was successfully transmitted across the grid. However, the company noted that while the latest peak is 88 megawatts, lower than the all-time record of 5,801.60 megawatts set on March 1st, 2021, it remains a significant achievement. The All Progressives Congress APC in Benue State has promised new and old members of the party of equal opportunities in building a stronger house. The state governor, Hyacinth Alia, made the emphasis at a ceremony to mark the defection where thousands of defectors from different political parties joined the ruling APC in Leso, Ushongo local government area of the state. Ogochukwu Mobuna has details.
The All Progressive Congress hierarchy under the leadership of the governor Hyacinth Alia arrived Leso, headquarters of the Ushongo local government area, where supporters gathered in demonstration of their support for the party. Deputy Governor Sam Ode, who represented the governor, while addressing the crowd of supporters, reaffirmed the commitment of the present administration to continue to align with policies and programs targeted at improving the well-being of the masses. He assured both old and new members of the party of equal opportunities for the overall development and good of the state.
That your own son is today a professor and is also on his way joining us in this game of politics to continue from where you stopped. We appreciate you. We are not unmindful of your contributions to the growth of democracy in this country.
Majority Leader of the Benue State House of Assembly, Sata Tisa, insisted that the Ushongo people have every cause to support the governor due to his love, as demonstrated by key appointments of their sons and daughters in the present administration, as well as numerous projects being witnessed in the area.
The coming of the governor here is a blessing. It's a testimony that we are working and representing them very well. And because the governor has come here, it's assurance to them that everything that is in their interest will observe at our home.
Leader of the Dekamsis, Professor Kohol Lorem and others maintained that their decision to join the APC is due to the governor's style of leadership and promised to give their best to the party. APC Acting Chairman Dr. Benjamin Omale and the Chairman of the APC Elder Forum, Senator Barnabas Gemade, and other party stalwarts thanked the Dekampis for the bold step in joining the ruling party, urging them to team up with the governor to accelerate development in the state.
Today is not just an original gathering, is a strong and resounding statement of confidence in our great party. It is clear sign that the good people of Osongo local government area and Benue State at large are choosing progress, development, prosperity aligned with our APC party. While we pay tribute to Governor Apereku and Reverend Father Moses Adazu, we miss no words whatsoever in stating very clearly that if we did not see Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Alia as Governor of Benue State, we would never have known that governors can make progress for their people.
Supporters carried placards with various inscriptions demonstrating their support and solidarity for the governor and the APC. Ogochukwu Mobno reporting for Global Television News.
Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia says vulnerable groups and communities are to receive more support from the state government in the areas of capacity building and provision of incentives to boost economic activities and drive empowerment. The governor disclosed this at the Thanksgiving service in honor of the Executive Secretary of the State Emergency Management Agency, Dr. James Yopu, in Sambe Vandekia local government. Felicity Ndere reports.
The Thanksgiving service was in honor of the Executive Secretary of the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, Dr. James Yopu, and their son, the Executive Governor of Benue State, Hyacinth Alia, for the uncommon service being rendered to the state. Governor Hyacinth Alia, who acknowledged infrastructure and social support deficiency in the area, announced that the state government will install 2 500 kVA transformers in Tambe and 6 motorized boreholes in each of the 5 kindreds to solve the challenges of electricity and water. In order to provide a better future for vulnerable people, the governor donated 10 million naira to support 30 people with special needs in the area, in addition to providing them with 2 months intensive training. Paramount ruler of the Tiv Nation, His Royal Majesty Professor James Ayate and Most Reverend Isaac Dugu, encouraged the governor to ensure the implementation of the open grazing prohibition and ranches establishment law to check the influx of herders in Sankara, Kwandi and other parts of the state. The celebrant was filled with immense gratitude to God for his immeasurable blessings and protection.
Through my interaction with UN organizations, to have UN present in Benue State today. And so we are happy that. And then, Fedalia has launched Tribute Solution Action Plan, which will now direct us how to move this IDP to ancestral home. So these are the joy I am sharing today as well, that the IDP are met if we meet them today, they will also be thanking God that Fedalia is doing well.
He also announced the adoption of an orphan whose parents were killed in the Kwande attacks as part of his humanitarian service to the society. At St. Margaret Catholic Church, Chichi, Tsambe in Vanike local government area of the state. Felicity Ndere, Global TV News.
Afam Osigwe, president of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, has called for sweeping judicial reforms to address the growing backlog of cases in Nigerian courts, including a review of the role of the judiciary in pre-election matters and the scope of cases that should reach the Supreme Court. In a recent interview, Osigwe criticized the overwhelming number of cases that flood the courts, particularly pre-election disputes, which he believes should be handled internally by political parties rather than being justiciable. Osigwe noted that the judiciary is burdened by election-related cases, which disrupts the hearing of other matters, delay justice, and place undue pressure on judges. You're watching the live broadcast of News Express. When News Express returns, thousands evacuated as Japan's biggest fire in decades continue to burn. We'll bring you details from the world of foreign, as well as stories from business and sports segments after the break. Please stay with us.
Do you know that Global Television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch Global Television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to Global Television. Many thanks for staying with us. If you've just joined us, this is News Express on Global Television. The news returns now with business, where French Ambassador to Nigeria, Marc Foboster, has reaffirmed his country's commitment to remain Nigeria's strategic ally in developing the solid mineral sector. He made this remark during a courtesy call on the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, in Abuja. Sharon Ajay has details.
The ambassador noted that France is fully committed to supporting Nigerians' roadmap for mining development, with a very keen interest in investing in the rapidly developing solid minerals sector. He said France has shown enthusiasm, commitment, and readiness to implement tangible projects.
Humbly, but with the trust I have in my country, I come to offer you to, if you accept, debrief a bit about what we can achieve now, what could be the next steps.
In response to the visiting ambassador, the Minister of Solid Mineral, Dr. Dele Alake, acknowledged France's frontline position among prospective stakeholders who have shown interest in the solid mineral sector. The minister shared his optimism that the long-standing and robust bilateral relationship between Nigeria and France will be further enhanced. The minister reiterated that the core agenda of President Tinubu's policy initiative has been the diversification of the economy with emphasis on solid minerals development. He highlighted the imperative of continued engagement with the French team to identify serious French companies interested in the mining sector, whilst also fine-tuning areas of collaboration to concretize partnership based on the earlier signed MOU.
So our own objective is to further enhance this relationship, and like I said, put a lot of things into actionable format, and then put a timeline so that we can put ourselves on the edge, so be on our toes, and be monitoring whatever that we are achieving as time goes on. Because as I told you, we are very, very much important for the development of this sector.
Corroborating the ambassador, Deputy Head Regional Economy Department of the French Embassy, Caroline Lebator, expressed France's readiness to fund projects in the mining cooperation and collaboration with the ministry to gravitize French companies for development of the mining value chain. Nigeria and France has signed an MOU late last year on the heels of President Tinubu's state visit to France to develop joint projects for promotion and diversification of the critical mineral value chain with emphasis on technical assistance, capacity building, and remediation of abandoned pits. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
In business, the United Kingdom and Nigeria have committed to enhancing trade relations and driving economic growth through the implementation of Nigeria's national quality policy under the Standards Partnership Program Phase 2. This was issued in a statement from the British Deputy High Commission in Lagos on Monday, launched in June 2024. On the foreign scene, Gabon's military leader, General Brice Oligui Nguema, has announced his intention to run for president in the next month's election. Nguema seized power in 2023 in a coup that ended the long-standing rule of the Bongo family. He then pledged to hand over power to civilians. The country has, however, since passed a new constitution and electoral code that critics argue were designed to favor a bid for the presidency by the junta leader. In sports, coach Eric Scheller would most likely unveil his eagerly awaited list of Super Eagles to prosecute this month's FIFA 2026 World Cup doubleheader against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. Nigeria travel away to Rwanda on March 21st before hosting Zimbabwe in Uyo 4 days later in what is a must-win encounters after the Super Eagles found themselves in an unfamiliar 5th place in Group C after taking just 3 points from their opening 4 matches in the qualifying tournament. Tottenham Hotspur have entered the race to sign Nigerian forward Ademola Lookman from Atlanta when the summer transfer window opens. The North London club is set to battle Premier League rivals Liverpool and Chelsea for the signature of the 27-year-old CAF Player of the Year. with an offer of around 45 million euros plus performance-based bonuses expected to be tabled. To end the News Express, here's a recap of our big stories. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has charged member states of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, to recommit themselves to the ideals of regional integration and the vision of a prosperous, peaceful and united West Africa. In business, the United Kingdom and Nigeria have committed to enhancing trade relations and driving economic growth through the implementation of Nigeria's National Quality Policy under the Standards Partnership Program Phase 2. On the foreign scene, Gabon's military leader, General Brice Oligui Nguema, has announced his intention to run for president in the next month's election. And in sports, we told you Coach Eric Schelle would most likely unveil his eagerly awaited list of Super Eagles to prosecute this month's FIFA 2026 World Cup doubleheader against Rwanda and Zimbabwe today. And that's it on News Express. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365, Star Times channel 276, and free to air on Nigecomsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. You can also download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.
Do you know that Global Television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch Global Television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to Global Television.